Hi guys, this is Lisa, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue talking about reality transurfing, the metaphysical knowledge created by Zelle. I've already shot 2 videos about the main principles of reality transurfing and I suggest you to watch them first. So in the first videos we learned that our world is a dual mirror and has some properties that explain the cause-effect relationship of events in our lives. Today I will review the best basic techniques of reality transurfing, with the help of which the very magic of managing reality happens, manifestation of everything that we want to bring to life. Honestly, I don't especially practice these techniques a lot in my life, shame on me, or rather I don't practice them consciously and systematically. I hardly manage not to forget about the main principles of our world in order to keep awareness and not to be influenced by pendulums. And here I want to stop a little bit because maybe the last time I didn't explain in detail what pendulums are. Pendulums are energy informational entities that fight for adherence to get their energy. The largest of them are the pendulums of mass media, TV, religion, clubs of sport and music fans, the alcohol pendulum, political parties, and many others. And we must understand that being a supporter of these pendulums, we are giving them all our energy and time. So more often we have no energy to create our own business pendulum, for example, because we are becoming just consumers. Also, pendulums often oppose each other, starting war, during which, first of all, suffer who? Its adherents, who literally losing control and ready to kill so-called enemy. The best example is the ordinary war. So I advise you to choose at least positive pendulums, pendulums of sport, health, self-development, because in the modern world, it's almost impossible to live independently of any pendulums. Okay, and now let's move to the techniques of transurfing. The first technique that I will talk about is called Reality Amalgam. Amalgam is the platform, a positive statement about everything we want in our lives. The basic principles of the amalgam are: first, you need to desire responsibly. What does it mean? Amalgam should concern only you personally, your actions, feelings, achievements. This is the main condition. You cannot interfere in the lives of other people. Also, amalgam should be concentrated, reflecting the essence of your desires. In addition, it should be emotionally rich and comprehensive, visible, audible, tangible, so you need to see yourself in it as if from the outside. You need to desire what you want wisely and not mentioning what you don't want. Amalgam is composed only of positive statements. Verbs without a particle not and sentences are composed as if fait accompli. Affirmative verbs of present tense. Amalgam should cause a feeling of joy, peace, and absolute knowledge that everything will be absolutely fulfilled by the world. Don't deny yourself anything while making up amalgam. Let your dreams seem unrealistic to you, even unrealizable.
I'm the king of the world!
At the same time, you should remember the statement: a person in life has exactly those things on which his thoughts are directed. Also, amalgam shouldn't cause doubts, distrust, discomfort, unnaturalness of pronounced statement. For example, you can repeat, I am rich, but if it's not so, then saying this, a person won't believe it sincerely and this won't bring any results. To avoid internal contradictions, it's better to formulate like this: my wealth is constantly growing. The amount of money I have earned is increasing. Pronounce your amalgam when it's really comfortable to do this. Take your time, have fun with amalgams, expand it, add details, and the best examples of amalgams should sound similar to the following sentences. My world takes care of me. I do my job brilliantly. I have a powerful intellect. I'm a genius. Brilliant ideas and thoughts come to my mind. I easily solve any problem.
Now my whole house is great. I can do anything good.
Probably I invented my own method of pronouncing amalgams. I wrote all my amalgams on A4 sheet and read them each morning while I was doing the plunge exercise, resting on my hands and feet for 5 minutes. And some things from this list have already come true. I feel that while I'm doing sports, the powerful energy which accumulates is transforming into the external intention and materializes my wishes. By the way, I need to return to this technique. The second technique for the implementation of the intention is called glass of water. Write down the amalgam on the piece of paper. For example, I'm a very charming person. The inner light of charm, love and sex are coming out of me. I'm a luminous being. I attract man. My man finds me. Then put a glass of water on this piece of paper. Rub your palms, move them harmoniously, and imagine the dense cloth like a balloon between your palms. This is your energy. Place the glass between your palms without touching it and speak consciously and convincingly this thought form, if possible presenting its meaning in the imagination. Then drink this water and perform this procedure in the morning after waking up and in the evening before going to bed. Your intention will be realized. Vadim Zeland pays a special attention to water in his books. He claims that this substance, with the right approach, can create miracles, heal, and thought forms pronounced above water are fixed in its molecules and are implemented much faster. Another basic technique for the implementation of our intention is called a target slide. Slide our image of ourselves and the world around us is often far from the truth because distortion is made by our subjective slides. For example, you are worried about some of your shortcomings.
My lips are literally so small. And my nose is so big.
And because of this, you feel a sense of inferiority because you think that others also don't like it and they don't accept it. Then communicating with people, you insert this slide of inferiority complex into your projector and see everything in distorted light. Slide is a distorted picture of reality in your head. A negative slide, as a rule, gives a rise of the unity of the soul and mind and therefore is embodied in reality, so that our worst expectations come true. But negative slides can be converted into positive slides, and they may work for themselves. If you intentionally create a positive slide, it's capable of transforming the layer of your world surprisingly. Target slide, this is an imaginary picture of the world, of what would be if the goal has been already achieved. Systematic visualization of a slide leads to the materialization of the corresponding sector of space.
Excuse me, I need a spoon.
For me, the target slide is that layer of reality where exists everything that is important to me in life and is necessary in order to feel comfortable, calm, and prosperous. So first, decide what you want. Let's suppose it's some kind of object X. We need this object to be found in the space of options and be on our lifeline. External intention at the right time materializes the sector of the space of options in which it exists, especially if we tell him what exactly we want. Here comes a rule. The more global and inaccessible the object is, the more time will be required for its material realization. Please note that I didn't say a word about impossibility of such implementation. I'm only talking about the time frame in which this implementation is possible. Now that we know what exactly we need, let's remember what is needed to implement this technique. The bricks that make up the foundation of our slide are: first, static slide. Many people begin to imagine their slide from this very starting point. That is, at first, general static picture of visualization appears in their mind, but other people don't have this stage and immediately start from the next point. The second stage is dynamic slide. Here, the static picture of a slide comes to life. It's filled with life, movement appears in it, changes begin to occur. And the following component is emotions. This is a very important point. If you haven't received a proper result from the techniques of slides, then check out whether this item was included in the production of the slides or not. The emotional component refers to the feeling of joy, calmness, satisfaction, happiness, unity, triumph, and so on. The next stage is sensory perception. Add to the slide the sensations of touching objects and things. Touch it. What do you feel? What is it made of? Wood, metal, glass? What is its surface if you are touching it? Imagine that you touch something, stroke it, examine from different angles. Or maybe you ordered a yacht for yourself, then feel the splashes of waves on yourself, and when you are cutting through the surface of ocean or sea, feel the wind blowing around your face, and so on. The last point here is an additional components. Perhaps this item you wish has specific smell. Then feel it. It must be unique for you, so you would recognize it from hundreds of others.
Do you smell it? That smell. A kind of smelly smell. A smelly smell that smells.
Or maybe it makes some sound. Hear them. If you want a dog, then try to hear how little puppy whines or an adult dog barks, protecting you from the other dogs and people. Try to consider as many points as possible when drawing up your slide. Such slides are much more effective than those that contain only one item. The thing is that, as I said above, all people are different. They are visuals that make it easier to work with pictures. For some people, it's more comfortable to listen to some sounds while working on the slide. Also, there are kinesthetics who perfectly feel the virtual touches. Also, there are those that have a tendency to contain several types at once. Another important point in the techniques of slides is the exact frequency of using this technique. If you have already started using this technique, then practice it constantly, because the effect doesn't appear immediately. It starts from the very beginning, but it's so small that it's extremely difficult to notice it. What I simply adore about transurfing, and what seems really absurd to me sometimes, is that we imagine something but we don't even have a clue how we will get it. For example, you wanted to buy expensive lipstick of a certain shade, and then you find it brand new on the street, or your friend gives it to you on your birthday. You simply don't even notice how you wanted something, it appeared in your life, and you don't take it as a miracle but as a matter of course. Remember and share in comments below those cases when you wanted something and it suddenly came to your life. You should remember what were you feeling and doing to receive it. Maybe it's the key to the most effective technique for your own. I have a bunch of examples. For instance, last year I really wanted to find a composer to write an album with. All the musicians who were around me couldn't satisfy my dream. Someone just didn't want to write music, someone offered writing arrangement for money. And what have I done? I went to rest at sea for a couple of weeks, began to compose songs to nowhere without instrumental accompaniment. I was going to the sea early in the morning and sang each day, writing lyrics, constantly visualizing slide that I was sitting in the studio and there were people playing different instruments and we were recording songs. And what do you think? About a month later I met such person. It happened where I didn't expect it. at the vocal classes where you can meet mostly vocalists, as you might guess. And together with this man we composed 21 songs in a month, and this is just fantastic. But since our reality has really inert structure like resin, everything happens with a delay, and while we are waiting we forget that we actually ordered something from the universe, and this long-awaited package is about to be delivered to us. The main thing here is not to wish too much, not to panic that the courier is still not going.
Congratulations, sir! Your Krabby Patty pizza is here!
Wow, thanks. I've been dying for one of these. Where's my drink?
And calmly, confiningly go about your business. Alright, I think today we had a long enough video. I don't want to overload you. I hope you liked it and it didn't seem too complicated for you. After all, everything is easier than you think. Just start practicing transurfing. Next time I will cover up how to formulate your goals correctly. Setting goals is the most important thing. Also, I will give you some advice how to make transurfing work super fast. So stay with me, let your dreams come true, like and subscribe. Also welcome to my Instagram and Patreon pages. That's all for today. Stay true and kind, the rest things never mind.